Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with Joao Cancelo, as a new report have come out claiming that the Barcelona primary right back target has an offer from Saudi Arabia, making Xavi Hernandez to be in panic. We are going to discuss on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about this transfer news, as Fabrizio Romano have confirmed that Barca are set to sign this 16-year-old German wonderkid by name Noah Davic. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. In spite of an adverse economic climate, Barcelona continue to monitor top players in the market, and Manchester City star Joao Cancelo is a name that has been linked heavily with the Catalan giants over the past few days. Manager Xavi Hernandez has taken great interest in the player, despite the player's dubious track record with managers. So let's talk about a new competitor entering the picture. With Ousmane Dembele's impending exit, Xavi wants to bring in a pure right back, and Cancelo is seen as the right player for that. Nonetheless, according to AS, Barcelona are not the only team gunning for the Portuguese's signature, with the player also having an offer from Saudi Arabia. Sources from Manchester City have acknowledged that Cancelo is also communicating with a team from the Saudi Arabian League. After a fallout with Pep Guardiola, Cancelo was loaned out to Bayern Munich during the January transfer window earlier this year. Now, the former Barcelona coach has already made it clear that he could go wherever he wanted, even to United. Cancelo has reportedly already agreed terms with the Catalan giants, but Barcelona are yet to formally negotiate with the citizens, and with the club set to be investing all their efforts into the signing of another Manchester City star in Bernardo Silva, there is a chance that the Cancelo deal might collapse, and there is a club from Saudi Arabia waiting to pounce. If it happens, it will not be the first time Barcelona lose out on one of their targets to the Middle East nation this summer. Not very long ago, Barca and Al Nassr were in direct competition for Marcelo Brozovic, with the player ultimately choosing the Middle East. Cancelo will likely also be offered an incredible financial package by the Saudis, which may end up swaying his mind. In the event Barcelona miss out on Cancelo, the possibility of acquiring the 18-year-old sensation Ivan Fresneda from Real Valladolid is highly likely. The 18-year-old is prioritizing a move to Barcelona, having reportedly also agreed personal terms with the club, but with Barca yet to initiate his signing, the player may end up listening to other offers. Fresneda is also a man in high demand, and thus, the La Liga champions will be obliged to act quickly before time runs out. Honestly, my greatest fear is Barca should not do all of these things and ends up losing all the targets, because we have been talking mostly about two right back targets, Joao Cancelo and Ivan Fresneda, and it's gonna be very disappointing if at the end of the transfer window we don't succeed to get any of them. It's gonna be in fact, it's going to be mind blowing, because Barca have already been having a reputation. Like, everybody knows that Barca show interest for many players, but for them to pounce on the opportunity and make a statement signing is always difficult. And definitely, as a Barca fan, we don't want that to continue. So as it stands right now, Joao Cancelo still remains the top choice for Xavi. It is no secret. But now, talking about this report saying that Saudi Arabian clubs have entered the race for Cancelo, we have every right to start trembling because we know what these guys can offer to tempt players to choose them over other clubs. Of course, like the case of Brozovic, when Barca was linked with Brozovic some months ago, he ended up going to Al Nassr because of high offer. So I think it's going to be very tricky, very difficult. Let's see, even though there was reports coming out yesterday that Joao Cancelo have agreed personal terms with Xavi, with manager Xavi. Of course, he wants to join Barca, but it's going to be complicated. If we started seeing these Saudi Arabian clubs entering the picture, I think it won't be the biggest of surprises if the player chooses to go the other way. But we just wish that Barca can make this deal happen. Because honestly, it is becoming boring that all the time we talk about players more than any other club, but when it comes to signing those players, Barca always fail to do it, which all boils down to monetary reasons. Then on to the next story of discussion. Even as Barcelona continue to look for ways to strengthen their first team roster, they are also beefing up their youth teams by roping in young talents with great potential. Makayu Faye has already arrived this summer to reinforce the Barca athletic side, while several other talents such as Trilly, Diego Pacan, and Iman Cospo have also joined. Now, according to Fabrizio Romano, Barcelona are set to land yet another youth prospect in the form of Noah Davic from Freiburg in Germany. Davic is 16 and has been making waves in the German youth football scene, having moved to FC Freiburg Youth Academy back in 2017. The versatile attacking midfielder has enjoyed swift progress through the ranks. Davish has impressed heavily for the German outfit on the 17th side, scoring 9 goals and setting up 5 more in 23 appearances. On the basis of his displays for the team, the young star even broke into the club's under-19 setup, featuring 3 times last season, with his performances catching Barcelona's attention. Davic's contract with Freiburg was set to expire next year, and Barcelona have swiftly acted to secure his services. Romano claims that the deal is already done and has given his trademark "Here we go" for the transfer. Additionally, Gabriel Sanz of Mundo Deportivo reports that Barca will pay €3 million plus variables for the teenage sensation. Considered one of the most exciting talents in Germany, Davish, who has 5 goals in 16 games for Germany's under 17 side, will look to make an impact in the youth ranks at Barca. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.